Hey everyone, this is the LEGO Ninjago Movie Water Strider, and I do believe it is the largest and most imposing $30 set I have ever reviewed, period. It gets piloted by Nia. It's an interesting looking thing, obviously inspired by the actual Water Strider creatures that exist in real life. It has lanky legs, but they are actually pretty decently detailed and buffed up with parts around the outsides. They're built in two identical pairs that are mirrored across the center line diagonally. They have a ratcheting joint up at the top, which actually allows you to spread the legs even farther apart than I've posed it right now, so you can make it look even larger. I didn't want to make it look too artificially large, but this is real size. No camera tricks here. There's a minifig placed right there underneath the main body. This is pretty impressive stuff, and of course you can articulate these legs independently so you can have it looking like it's crawling up on something. They've got nice parts on the undersides, and this is on a ball joint here. The kind of foot pad is on a ball joint at all four corners, so that's always able to be posed exactly how you want it. So even if I were to, let's say, make this thing angle back like that, like it's climbing out of the water perhaps, I can still get all four pads completely flat with the surface, which is exactly what you want to see. Another interesting look is to extend just the front legs and bring the rear ones together, in fairly close, so the entire body of the thing is now leaning forward and has good stability in the front and good elevation in the back. You can also be posed on just three legs, or get this, just two legs. The entire upper structure, which includes the power system, the weapons, and the cockpit, is able to rotate around 360 degrees fully. So this thing really doesn't have a front or a back as far as the legs are concerned, but you can always point this in any direction that you desire. There's no elevation change for this, so you do need to use the legs to create up and down poses, but it has quite a lot of firepower in the front with this 6-stud shooter that you can actually fire off by just turning the back of this. It has a little geared mechanism. You can see just one of the gears right here, but you just turn this and that's going to spin up the trigger mechanism on the inside there. These two outside studs are not able to fire off on either side. Also got a couple of extra cannons up here on the top, which can just barely be changed in angle. Those don't actually do anything either, but just contributes to the look of the thing. Got some flags back here. The rear section is not that impressive. I mean, they put some stuff in there. That's nice, some gears and some textured parts just to have something. So that's good, but when you look at it closely, it's not great. I'll just say that. This is a good hose. I'm glad that these are nice and flexible. At various times through history, LEGO has made these fairly stiff, and so that they did not want to be posed in different ways. But these are actually flexible enough nowadays that they're able to be moved around. You can pose these kind of fins or flaps however you want. Not sure what these are supposed to represent, possibly some sort of repulsor there. And to get access to the control compartment, you just lift all of this off as an entire assembly. It's mostly just one part, but that opens up and you get the dual control sticks. In addition to Nia, the set also comes with Kai. Nia has a tassel at the end of her dual molded long spear. This is one of those pieces that has the softer rubber construction for just the tip of it, and the rest of it's a normal hard plastic for the shaft section of it that's in brown. Nia has a unique printed kind of skirt or pleated armor piece that goes all the way around, and its print does go all the way around. Unfortunately, that is the older style of material, of the fabric material that's fairly rigid, which makes it difficult to properly seat her in the Water Strider if you do it correctly, because they have 4 studs for her to sit right into. And if you want to use those, you really want to move this cloth piece out of the way entirely, otherwise it'll get damaged pretty severely. Fortunately, you can just set her in there as I showed you. I didn't actually have her connected to the base at all, and it worked out just fine. A little bit of printing on the arm there. Her main color is actually gunmetal gray, and that's also used for the headband. That's the dual molded piece, just like Kai's upper headgear part has the red going through it. She gets the gunmetal gray printing on this arm as well. And let me take some stuff off. Shows you the rest of the back printing for Kai, as well as one full face for each. And here are the faces that were obscured previously on the other side. I don't know which one's the primary or the secondary between each. Doesn't really matter. For bad guys, we get a puffer and a generic Shark Army thug. The headpiece for the puffer is dual molded with that lavender color and clear. So lavender is, just the main color that's used through most of it, but you get the clear for just the visor on the front and also the eyes. It's kind of difficult to see what they've done for the eyes because you're seeing some of the color around it, but they've printed actually the white rings onto clear. And this is really the angle that you want to see of that headpiece, just to see the source material and what it's based on. And if you wanted to actually use that as a fish just by itself, you'd probably want to figure out some way to get it angled like this at roughly a 45-degree angle. The figure over here is just using that same armor piece that came out for this particular series. That gives you the pauldrons and also the single air tank on the back. These fish-based weapons are just completely out of control. I look forward to seeing what they do actually in the movie, if they have any real explanation for that or if it's just something being completely silly. But I like it either way. And let me just take this headpiece off to let you see the rest of the face for that particular soldier and get that out of the way as well. So let's see here. Price to part ratio, really good. Volume of stuff to price ratio seems really good to me. Number of figures for the price seems appropriate. Geekiness value, with this being an interesting looking, almost Matrix kind of inspired or style of dark mech, semi-insectoid in its design. Very high play value, very good, I think. Posability, excellent. This is a really good set. You might not like what it looks like, and that's perfectly fine. You may not like its design, but I think that LEGO has done a really good thing here, and they've put a good product on the market at an unusually kind price. There's really not much more that I can say about this set without becoming very repetitive. To me, pretty much everything about it is good to great. So go LEGO! Thanks for watching. Hope I showed you everything you wanted to see about this set. I'll talk to you again very soon.